I wanted to add something at the beginning of the video and say to the writers and the animators making the episodes for My Hero Academia and say that I really want you guys to stop hand-holding the people who are watching your show and reading your manga and all this and that and blah blah blah, because when I first started watching the newest episode for My Hero Academia, I thought I had actually started watching the wrong episode. I thought I was watching last week's episode when I wanted to watch this week's episode. When it turns out they just had very similar openings to their episodes. Not like, the opening sequence where we see characters do like really cool stuff. Like, I know the episode starts off by explaining what our characters are doing in the scenario that they're in, which is basically just a whole bunch of training to improve their quirks and test them out and this and that in situations and combat situations and this and that. The episode just basically did something very similar as to last week's episode, where it essentially just did the exact same thing. I was genuinely confused as to what was going on within the episode, that I had to skip forward a little bit just to make sure I actually selected the proper episode and then go back to where I was just to make sure that I actually was watching the actual episode that I wanted to watch for this week. To the writers and the animators, could you stop adding this in the beginning of every one of your episodes and stop reminding us of this? Because most of your viewers who are watching this show on a week-to-week basis are not children. They don't need to be constantly reminded as to the scenario that's currently going on within your show. So if you could stop doing this, because it really ruins the flow of the episodes on a week-to-week basis for a seasonal anime. I just can't imagine doing a subsequent rewatch of this season and being excited every single time I start off an episode just to be reminded that, yeah, the characters are doing this specific thing again. It's annoying if they're gonna keep doing this for the next few episodes. I wish they wouldn't. I wish they would, completely scrap that idea and just put in more time and effort into the rest of the episodes. Not that they aren't, because they obviously are putting in a tremendous amount of effort into the rest of the episode, but I'd rather see new stuff rather than being reminded of stuff that I've already been watching on a week-to-week basis. This is episode 6 of this seasonal anime for the next brand new season, and I don't need to be reminded of what's going on. Regardless of that, though, we continue back off of where we had left off in the previous episode, which was Yaoyorozu's team and Kendo's team going against one another. And basically what I said last week was either Class 1A was going to win and they were going to stomp out Class B, or Class B was going to win, but they were going to do so just barely and they weren't going to feel that satisfied by the win. And turns out it was the latter that ended up happening. Kendo's team won from a 4-0 stomp, but they barely won even at that. And the whole episode was basically just to see whose intelligence and assessment of situations was going to be able to turn out to be the victor. Was it going to be Yaoyorozu's ability to be able to plan out situations ahead of time, or was it going to be Kendo's thought process of being able to assess situations in the moment? And depending on which situation you're currently in, it could either be a benefit to either have one or the other. Obviously, you would rather have both because they would work out a lot better, but I really liked how they were able to show off their two different strengths, and I also liked how it was Todoroki who pointed out that Yaoyorozu had that unique ability to be able to plan out ahead of time, because of course he actually would know something like that, because he teamed up with her back when they fought against the teachers, specifically Aizawa, and I actually really enjoyed that. I actually really like how he did a little bit of a callback to that particular episode when they were working together just fighting against Aizawa, which I actually really enjoyed. Other than that, it was basically just about what you would expect. Fucking Shroom Girl spews out her fucking shrooms. Hagakure is about to fight some other guy when she's invisible. Tokiyami does a couple of cool stuff. There's a guy who does automatopoeias and those turn into like gigantic walls and stuff, which I thought was really funny. Or they do like something specific within his control, and I thought that was really unique. I actually didn't think that there would be someone that would have that unique of a power, but I actually kind of like it, even though we're probably not going to see him too often. But ultimately, the episode just ends with Class B winning, and they just barely do so because Kendo even admits to herself that Yaoyorozu had planned ahead of time, and she had to really adapt to the situation, and she feels like that she didn't actually win, because had things gone the proper way and fucking Shroom Girl didn't use a specific mushroom to be able to incapacitate Tokuyami, then Class A would have won, but because that didn't happen, and because Hagakure getting captured, and Aoyama pretty much not really doing anything and getting captured right off the fucking bat to begin with anyways, Class A lost, and Class B ended up being the victor. So now it's one win against Class A and one win against Class B. And like I said, I kind of was expecting this to happen, and I kind of wanted that to happen because characters still need to, adapt and improve along the way because they just were constantly being at the top of their game all the time. And if Class A won every single time, it would be kind of lame, and it wouldn't really give characters the shine that they really deserve. Which in this instance, it would be Class B, which because they don't really get a lot of shine to really show off what they're capable of. I was actually really happy that they did this. Previews are just going to be more of what we've been seeing for the past couple of weeks now. But obviously it's going to be a different team. Todoroki is going to be in the next team along with Ida and two other people, obviously. But I don't really remember who else is on Todoroki's team, to be honest. I think Sero is probably on that team. And then someone else, I don't remember. Hopefully it's just interesting and hopefully it's just fun to watch. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. If you want more, subscribe. I'll see you guys next one. I'm going to try to get out the Attack on Titan Part 2 Season 3 review out by next Thursday. If it doesn't come out next Thursday, then it's just going to have to come out the next week after that. So anyways, I'll see you guys next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.